What did beauty mean in one of the world's oldest and most mysterious civilizations? Was it just about flawless skin and perfect features, like many people imagine today? Or was there something much deeper, something tied to power, spirituality, and identity? For thousands of years, the ancient Egyptians crafted a unique vision of beauty that went far beyond simple appearances. Their ideals influenced everything from religion to daily life, from fashion to social status. In this video, we're about to uncover surprising truths about ancient Egyptian beauty. Secrets that might challenge everything you think you know about makeup, grooming, and even what it meant to be beautiful. Get ready to explore a world where beauty was sacred, a symbol of divine power, personal health, and eternal life itself. To understand ancient Egyptian beauty standards, we must first step back into the sands of time, over 5,000 years ago, to a civilization that flourished along the life-giving Nile River. Ancient Egypt was not just a place but a world rich with culture, innovation, and belief systems that have shaped human history like few others. From the Old Kingdom's grand pyramids to the New Kingdom's artistic masterpieces, Egypt's civilization spanned thousands of years, roughly from 3100 BCE to 30 BCE. It was a society deeply connected to nature, spirituality, and the divine order, concepts that permeated every aspect of life. But why was beauty such a crucial part of this culture? The answer lies in the Egyptian worldview. Beauty was not simply about physical appearance. It was a reflection of health, harmony, and moral virtue. It was believed that maintaining one's appearance was a way to honor the gods, preserve spiritual balance, and even protect oneself from evil forces. In a society where religion and daily life were inseparable, beauty became a sacred language. It symbolized purity, fertility, and cosmic order, all essential to sustaining Ma'at, the ancient Egyptian concept of truth, balance, and justice. But beauty also marks social status. The rich and powerful flaunted elaborate hairstyles, jewelry, and makeup, distinguishing themselves from the working class. Nobles and royalty were often depicted with idealized features, their appearance carefully cultivated to convey divinity and authority. For ordinary Egyptians, beauty rituals were equally important, tied to health and hygiene in a harsh desert environment. Cosmetics were used not just to beautify, but to protect the skin from the sun, repel insects, and maintain well-being. In essence, beauty in ancient Egypt was a complex, multi-layered concept, blending aesthetics, religion, social order, and health. It was an outward expression of inner values and a powerful tool for connecting with the divine. As we journey further, you'll discover how these beliefs shaped the unique and fascinating beauty standards that still captivate us today. Now, let's explore the key elements that made up the ancient Egyptian ideal of beauty, each carrying its own symbolism, function, and cultural significance. Unlike many modern beauty standards, ancient Egyptians didn't hold a single skin tone as ideal. Men were often depicted with reddish-brown skin, symbolizing vitality and labor under the sun, while women were portrayed with lighter, yellowish skin, associated with indoor life and femininity. But beyond just color, smooth, healthy skin was paramount, a sign of purity, youth, and well-being. Egyptians bathed regularly in the Nile and used natural oils to keep their skin soft and protected from the harsh desert sun. One of the most iconic features of ancient Egyptian beauty is makeup, especially the dramatic eyes. Both men and women wore kohl eyeliner, made from galena, a lead-based mineral. Kohl wasn't just decorative. It protected the eyes from glare, repelled flies, and was believed to have magical powers against evil spirits. They also applied green eyeshadow from malachite, a bright green copper mineral, symbolizing fertility and rebirth. Lips were tinted with red ochre, giving a natural yet striking color, enhancing vitality and allure. Hair was another vital aspect of beauty, often intricately styled or concealed beneath wigs. Egyptians shaved their heads to keep clean and avoid lice, especially during hot seasons. Wigs, made from human hair or plant fibers, were worn by both genders and could be elaborately braided, curled, or adorned with beads and gold. Natural hairstyles were also appreciated, with children often depicted with the side lock of youth, a single lock of hair symbolizing youth and innocence. Jewelry was more than decoration. It was a potent symbol of status, protection, and connection to the divine. Gold was sacred, believed to be the flesh of the gods, especially the sun god Ra. Wearing gold connected the wearer to divine power and eternity. Precious stones like lapis lazuli, turquoise, and carnelian were prized not only for their beauty but for their symbolic meanings: lapis for wisdom and protection, turquoise for fertility, and carnelian for energy and courage. Amulets shaped like scarabs, the Eye of Horus, or ankhs were worn to invoke protection, health, and good fortune. Clothing in ancient Egypt was made primarily from linen, a light, breathable fabric perfect for the hot climate. The finest linen was soft and nearly transparent, a sign of wealth and refinement. Clothes ranged from simple kilts and dresses for the common folk to elaborately pleated gowns and robes for nobility. Perfumes and scented oils were essential accessories. Egyptians used fragrant resins, flowers, and herbs to create perfumes, applied not just to smell pleasant but to purify and attract divine favor. Applying oils also nourished the skin and protected it from dryness. Ancient Egyptian beauty was not confined to women alone. Men, too, embraced grooming and adornment as a vital part of their identity and status. In fact, beauty standards in Egypt transcended gender, reflecting a shared cultural vision that intertwined appearance with spirituality and power. Both men and women used cosmetics like kohl eyeliner, not just for style but as protection against the harsh sun and evil spirits. Men often shaved their heads or wore short wigs, while women favored longer, elaborately styled wigs. Both sexes adorned themselves with jewelry, including amulets for protection. The ancient Egyptians believed that grooming was essential to maintaining Ma'at, the cosmic order, and so regular cleansing, shaving, and application of scented oils were daily rituals for everyone. Some of the most famous faces of ancient Egyptian beauty belong to powerful women like Nefertiti and Cleopatra, queens whose allure was as much about political strength as physical appearance. Nefertiti's iconic limestone bust reveals an elegantly symmetrical face, high cheekbones, and a graceful neck, a standard of beauty that has inspired artists for millennia. Cleopatra, known for her intellect and political savvy, also used beauty as a tool of diplomacy and influence. She was said to have crafted unique perfumes and cosmetics, enhancing her magnetic presence. Beyond looks, grooming was deeply spiritual. Ritual purification, cleansing the body and soul, was a cornerstone of Egyptian religion. Bathing was a sacred act, often accompanied by prayers to the gods for health and protection. Applying fragrant oils and perfumes was another ritualistic practice, symbolizing renewal and divine blessing. These scents connected the wearer to the gods and elevated their status. In ancient Egypt, beauty was a form of power, a visible sign of one's closeness to the divine. Pharaohs and high priests cultivated their appearance carefully, using cosmetics and jewelry that symbolized eternal life, divine favor, and authority. Wearing the white crown of Upper Egypt or the blue crown of war was not just ceremonial. It was a public display of divine right and cosmic order. Similarly, the Eye of Horus or the scarab beetle worn as amulets embodied protection and regeneration, signs that beauty was a shield as much as a statement. Ancient Egyptian beauty was as much about the art of preparation as the final appearance. Behind every flawless look was a rich tradition of cosmetic crafting and carefully crafted tools, each with its own purpose and symbolism. The Egyptians were skilled chemists of their time, blending natural minerals, plants, and oils to create their cosmetics. Kohl eyeliner was made from galena, a shiny black mineral crushed into a fine powder and mixed with animal fats or oils to create a smooth paste. Green eyeshadow came from malachite, a vibrant green copper carbonate mineral, ground into powder and carefully applied. Red ochre, derived from iron-rich clay, was used for lip and cheek color, while other plants provided subtle shades of yellow and brown. These preparations required precision and care, often made in small jars and containers, with recipes passed down through generations. To apply these cosmetics and maintain grooming, Egyptians used specialized tools crafted with great care. Mirrors, often made from polished bronze or silver, were essential for precision in applying makeup and styling hair. Their reflective surfaces were sometimes ornate, decorated with intricate carvings. Razors, typically fashioned from flint or copper, allowed both men and women to shave hair as part of hygiene and beauty rituals, especially important in a desert environment. Combs carved from bone, ivory, or wood helped detangle and style hair or wigs, sometimes featuring symbolic motifs like the lotus or scarab. Bathing in ancient Egypt was more than a routine, it was a sacred ritual. The Nile and its waters were central to life and purification. Egyptians bathed regularly using natron, a natural salt, to cleanse the skin. After bathing, scented oils and perfumes were lavishly applied. These fragrances were made from flowers, herbs, and resins like frankincense and myrrh. Perfumes were stored in beautifully crafted alabaster jars, sometimes shaped like lotus buds or animals, symbolizing rebirth and protection. Applying these scents was a daily practice but also a spiritual one, believed to attract blessings from the gods and ward off evil. These tools and beauty practices were available to all social classes, though the quality and elaborateness often varied. For the wealthy, cosmetics and grooming were symbols of status and refinement. For others, they were practical measures to survive and thrive in a challenging environment. Above all, these rituals connected individuals with the divine, reinforcing the idea that beauty was an extension of spiritual health and cosmic balance. The beauty ideals crafted by the ancient Egyptians did not fade into the sands of time. Instead, they left an indelible mark on cultures far beyond the banks of the Nile, shaping beauty and fashion across centuries and continents. Ancient Egypt's fascination with beauty and grooming spread through trade, conquest, and cultural exchange. The Greeks and Romans, for example, borrowed heavily from Egyptian cosmetics and styles. Cleopatra herself famously bridged Egyptian and Roman cultures, influencing Roman beauty rituals and fashion. Even in the Near East and beyond, Egyptian symbols like the Eye of Horus and scarabs became popular amulets, adopted for their protective and mystical qualities. Egyptian pigments and makeup styles inspired centuries of artists, from Renaissance painters to modern photographers seeking to evoke timeless elegance. Today, the legacy of ancient Egyptian beauty is alive and thriving in fashion and cosmetics worldwide. Dramatic winged eyeliner, famously worn by Cleopatra and Nefertiti, remains a staple in makeup artistry, symbolizing mystery and power. Luxurious perfumes trace their roots to Egyptian scented oils, while jewelry designers continue to draw inspiration from Egyptian motifs like the ankh and scarab. Modern beauty standards often echo the Egyptian emphasis on harmony, balance, and glowing skin, showing that their ideas were far ahead of their time. Despite their enduring influence, many myths and misconceptions about ancient Egyptian beauty persist. For example, Cleopatra is often portrayed as simply a seductive temptress, overshadowing her intelligence, political acumen, and cultural sophistication. Some assume that all Egyptians had a single look, but the reality was much more diverse, with varying skin tones, styles, and practices across time and region. Moreover, the spiritual and symbolic meanings behind beauty practices are often overlooked in favor of superficial glamour. Recognizing these complexities allows us to appreciate ancient Egyptian beauty not just as an aesthetic ideal, but as a rich cultural expression tied deeply to identity, religion, and power. As we've seen today, ancient Egyptian beauty was never just skin deep. It was a powerful language of culture, expressing ideals of harmony, spirituality, and social identity. Beauty was a way to connect with the divine, assert status, and celebrate life itself. In many ways, these timeless values still influence us, reminding us that beauty is about more than appearances. It reflects who we are, where we come from, and what we believe. If you enjoyed this video, please Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more incredible stories from the past. Don't forget to share your thoughts or questions in the comments. We love hearing what fascinates you most about history and beauty.